Nick. That's what he does.
That's McCann.
La Liga on ABC and streaming on the ESPN app.
Now that ESPN and NFL fantasy have aligned, it's fantasy bonding time. ESPN Fantasy's the reason it's bonding season.
Sports Center, brought to you by the Hulu original documentary Travis Barker, Louder Than Fear, now streaming. And DQ, Happy Tastes Good.
Brian Custer with you here on Sports Center. A little update. Day baseball for you. Yankees going for the series sweep, taking on the Mariners. Mariners on a 6-game losing streak. Max Fried on the mound, top of the second. Facing Weston Wilson. Oh, he teed that up. Solo home run for Wilson. In fact, that's just the second homer that Fried's given up all season. It's 1-0 Mariners. That's the score. Right now, it's in the bottom of the second. Let's bring in our senior MLB insider, Jeff Passett. Okay, so we go from the Yankees on the mound to how about their offense? Aaron Judge recently got cleared for some light activity is what they're calling it, according to Aaron Boone. How have the Yankees all of a sudden managed things offensively besides feasting off of that Mariners pitching with Judge out of the lineup?
They're not a juggernaut quite yet, Brian, but they've shown some signs, and those signs have come from players that they really were hoping would step up in Aaron Judge's absence. Last night, perfect example, Trent Grisham, 2 home runs, a double on top of that. From the top of the lineup, if they can get that, if they can get Spencer Jones going, and he hit a couple of balls hard last night, if they can get something from Jazz Chisholm, then all of a sudden when Cody Bellinger comes back, the offense is going to get a little bit better there, and it's not going to feel like it's the Ben Rice show all alone. And then after that, if in fact Aaron Judge does come back this year, which he said he is going to, then the Yankees will be going into the playoffs a much more formidable team. For now, they just feel like treading water, staying in that playoff spot is the imperative, but come October, they're going to want to crank things up a little, and Aaron Judge is going to have to be a big part of that.
Absolutely. Okay, meanwhile, how about huge 4-game series begins tonight. You got the Brewers, you got the Dodgers, 2 of basically the National League's best teams. How does Milwaukee, you think, match up long-term against L.A.?
Well, the last time the two played a 4-game series didn't go very well for the Brewers. That was the National League Championship Series, one of the more lopsided ones that we've seen in recent years. And yet, this is a different Brewers team now, and yet one that in many ways does resemble last year's when it comes to the offense. And look, the Brewers score runs, Brian. They don't have a problem doing that. They have a high on-base percentage. They're among the best base running teams in baseball. What they do not do is hit home runs to the extent of, say, the Dodgers or the Braves or even a team like the Phillies. And that lack of power, while during the regular season doesn't necessarily manifest itself in a negative way, tends to do so in the postseason. The Brewers are capable of hitting home runs. It's just not a focal point of theirs. And it'll be interesting to see what types of swings they have in this series against the Dodgers, and if the long ball does become a little bit more of a priority, knowing the type of pitching that they're going to be facing.
Yeah, you're right about that. I think all of us will be watching this series very closely. All right, Jeff Passett with the very latest. Thank you, Jeff. And it's back to football, where Jaden Daniels sent LSU a letter saying the school can't use his name, image, and likeness anymore. The Commanders QB unhappy that cornerback DJ Pickett has his jersey number 5. Daniels' number when he won the Heisman there at LSU in 2023. The Daniels family says they feel deeply disrespected. New LSU head coach Lane Kiffin said last week Pickett was promised the number before his time there. He was asked about it again today. It is new here on SportsCenter.
I commented a week ago on that. And so that's the comment that I had, and we're moving forward.
It's just to ask one more question, just to understand numbers. If someone were to ask for number 9, would that be on the table for you? How would you handle that situation when a player asks for that?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. There's a lot to numbers and whether they're retired, whether they're not, and different versions. And so I don't have an answer.
All right, joining me now is our college football analyst, Tom Luganbill. Good to spend a few moments with my guy, Lugs. It seems like this LSU jersey number 5 thing has turned into a mess. What's your take on all this?
Well, the easy answer here is that the number's not retired. And if the number's not retired, then it's up to the university or the head coach of the football program to hand out that jersey number to whoever they deem to be worthy of wearing it. And I understand the prolific career. I understand the accomplishments of Jaden Daniels once he arrived in Baton Rouge. Nothing short of sensational in a Heisman Trophy winning campaign. But your legacy will be decided over time. And at one point or another, it's highly likely that his jersey, along with Joe Burrow's, will probably be retired. But right now, it's not. So if you're Jaden Daniels, worry about creating your legacy with the Washington Commanders. Be the best player you can be. Work to be a Hall of Famer. Work to be a Super Bowl champion. And all of the rest of that stuff will take care of itself, as will it take care of itself at LSU too.
All right, let's talk more here about Lane Kiffin. Certainly had that messy departure from Ole Miss for LSU. Tiger fans they really only care if he leads them back to the playoffs, really for the first time since 2019. Does he have the firepower to do so?
I think without question, he's got the firepower to do so. Now, a couple of things stand out to me. One of the more prolific position groups with LSU on offense right now is the wide receiver room and the overhaul they did to bring in speed and explosiveness and guys that can change the game with the ball in their hands. But at the end of the day, this is going to come down to quarterback play. This is going to come down to two things with Sam Levitt. Number one, can he stay healthy? And number two, can he avoid making poor decisions with the football? Because one of the things you love about Sam Levitt is he's a riverboat gambler, right? He's going to take some risks and some shots, and he's going to make plays with his legs. But sometimes those risks may not be worth the reward. So for me, the pieces of the puzzle are in place. The expectation is so high. There is no room for error. There are no room for excuses. So I think everything has to come into place right away.
Yeah, you know what? And we all can't wait for Clemson making that visit to LSU's Death Valley September 5th, 7:30 Eastern on ABC. Lugs, thank you. Okay, back to the NFL, where the Bengals host the Lions tonight to start their redemption tour. Joe Burrow and the starters will see time as they try to put the offense back together after, Burrow played in only 8 games last year with that turf toe. Since he stumbled to a 6-11 record, missed the playoffs for the 3rd straight year. Detroit also trying to bounce back after missing the postseason last year. And like the past couple of seasons, the Lions are already dealing with the injury bug. Look who's in the house. Our senior NFL writer, Jeremy Fowler, is here. Okay, so Bengal fans certainly going to be locked in to see what Joe Burrow and the guys have. What do you think this offense, number 9, and the Bengals are hoping to take away from this preseason?
They're trying to get in and out and just get like a dress rehearsal, and you won't see Joe Burrow on the field very long. But the Bengals liked how they did last year. Zach Taylor put him out there early in the preseason to get a dress run. It went well. Everybody was healthy. They got some good work in, made sure they were ready for week 1. So they're going to replicate that plan. And also, Joe Burrow's missed significant time the last 3 to 4 years. So he wants to be out there with his guys, make sure that offense is crisp. I feel like the Bengals are going to have some tweaks this year to their offense, maybe some wrinkles. They probably won't show it tonight. They'll be more vanilla. This is more about just getting out there feeling comfortable in the passing game.
By the way, Burrow played 21% of the team's preseason, offseason snaps. That's according to NFL Next Gen stats. Also, Colts-Patriots, they're going to be in the same window as that Lions-Bengals game. So that means no Drake May, no Daniel Jones. Of course, Daniel Jones still working his way back from that Achilles tear. Given that, biggest spotlight you think on this game?
Yeah, number 5, you got to watch him because the Colts could trade Anthony Richardson if he can have a good preseason, develop a market for himself. It's been a struggle for Richardson. He had the eye injury last year, so he missed most of the year, and he got beat out by Daniel Jones in the competition the year before. So now he's at a crucial moment in his career. He has 1 year left on his contract. He'd like to go somewhere and rebuild things. He made the trade request in the offseason. Colts couldn't agree to something, but this is a very talented player who just a few years ago was the future of this franchise. So Can he put some good tape out there, which I expect, based on the ability, that he will do? I'm curious to see how he handles things with the eye issue that he had.
Right.
Is he all the way back from that? He's cleared to certainly practice, but this will be a good test for him in game action.
You almost forget he lost the job to Daniel Jones last year and then injured himself in warm-ups with that eye accident there. We'll see what happens with Anthony Richardson, who, by the way, been limited to just 17 appearances over 3 seasons, completing just 50% of his passes. That's 11 touchdowns, 13 picks. Jeremy Fowler here with the very latest. All right, coming up on the show, we head out to Pittsburgh ahead of tonight's Packers-Steelers Week 1 preseason game. Will Aaron Rodgers play at all? How much time will Jordan Love get for Green Bay? The answers next.
At Popeyes, we gave shrimp a bold Louisiana twist. Try 8 crunchy butterfly shrimp served classic or dusted in bold Popeyes seasonings. Now available on faves for only $5.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
An invitation to the feeling of a life well designed. The invitation to Lexus Summer Sales Event.
Chew into it with Extra. Tired? You might be dehydrated. Gatorade, with a clinically proven electrolyte blend, is engineered to improve hydration balance. Hydrates better than water. Is it in you?
It is time for you to invest in yourself, and there's no time to waste.
I have a lot of friends I've watched accomplish all of their dreams, and I was sitting back wishing it was me. But I knew that sooner or later it would be me.
You're gonna do something with your time. If you just make that choice to go to school, you can do it, and you shouldn't wait.
The right time is right now. Southern New Hampshire University can help you take the next step to your future.
Modelo tastes good, but that first degree in the family, Modelo. That promotion, Modelo. Or that traveled all day to surprise Abuela, Modelo. The one you earned is just better. That Modelo is the mark of a fighter.
I switched Sadie to Life Protection Formula. I used to feed her Purina One. Then I learned it has chicken byproduct meal. Blue's got deboned chicken, chicken meal, brown rice, oatmeal, and barley. High quality protein and wholesome grains for energy. Love them like family, feed them like family.
It's so soft in here with our soft Skittles gummies.
Are my babies relaxed? Soft for my babies.
Soft the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
This is the Burger King Original Chicken Sandwich. Yeah, the long one. Try the classic. Or the crunchy, creamy, loaded jalapeno. Or the smoky, bacony club. This lineup is loaded with flavor for days.
Let's be honest. Painting can be a pain.
This doesn't look good.
How much did we spend at that paint store?
Way too much.
That's why we made Behr Dynasty, the #1 rated interior paint at an everyday low price. Go with Behr, exclusively at the Home Depot.
His phone is addicted to him.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Yes, go, go! Another one.
To focus on your game, you gotta clear your head. The active ingredient in Head & Shoulders nourishes your scalp and works to fight dandruff at the source. That way you can concentrate on the next play, not the flakes.
Own the pitch, not the itch.
Angel Reese and the Dream host Caitlin Clark and the Fever. Then Kalia Copper and the Mercury welcome the Portland Fire to Phoenix. Lock in Indiana, Atlanta, Portland, Phoenix on ESPN and Disney+.
You could spend all day sorting your employees' expenses. Or you could let Ramp do it.
I like that.
Never chase a receipt again. Ramp, love finance. You could spend all night checking every receipt and coding every expense. Or you could let Ramp do it. Close the books without the busy work. Ramp, love finance.
A crave-worthy sip of Liquid IV, where hydration tastes like ice cream. Made with vitamins, nutrients, and electrolytes. Orange Vanilla Dream with Liquid IV.
$500 for every correct answer. You have to eat this ghost pepper first. First question, how many subscriptions do you have?
3, Adobe, DoorDash, and Spotify.
Paying for 15 subscriptions.
The app is telling you all this?
It shows you all your upcoming expenses. If you see a subscription you no longer want, you can cancel it right in the app.
Welcome back to Sports Center. Brian Custer here with you. Another intriguing preseason matchup tonight, 7 Eastern on NFL Network. Packers at the Steelers. And Aaron Rodgers unlikely to face his former squad, but ex-Green Bay head coach Mike McCarthy will make his Steelers debut. You know, he was brought in to rekindle that Super Bowl magic he had with Rodgers as cheeseheads. Rodgers' replacement in Green Bay, Jordan Love, will be getting some playing time with the starters. Take a look at this. Rodgers, Jordan Love could be sharing the field today in Pittsburgh, and while it's only the preseason, the numbers, I mean, virtually the same through the first 3 seasons as Packers starters. These two, I mean, look, the 67 total QBR, both completing 65% of their passes. All right, joining me now from Pittsburgh is our NFL reporter, Brooke Pryor, and of course, Phil Yates is back with me as well. Okay, Brooke, Aaron Rodgers says he doesn't really see the benefit of playing during the preseason. Will we see him maybe a little bit tonight or at all before the regular season opener?
Well, BC, that depends on who you ask, what day, and what time of day you ask that question. Because about a week ago, Aaron Rodgers told Mike Silver of The Athletic that Mike McCarthy had told him to expect to play between 30 and 40 snaps in the 2 home preseason games. Then when we talked to Mike McCarthy before practice on Tuesday, McCarthy said that it was Rodgers coming to him and saying that he really wanted to play in the preseason. But then when we talked to Rodgers after practice, as you mentioned, he said he doesn't really see the benefit. And Rodgers said, yeah, if I play, great. If I don't, great. He said that preseason football is not like real football. By the way, you know, we know that Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy were together in Green Bay. Rodgers has played in 2 preseason games in the last 7 seasons. One of those was in Green Bay in Mike McCarthy's last season against who else but the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was only in for a series, threw a touchdown, but if he does play tonight, it would be 1 to 2 series because, as Mike McCarthy said, the plan is to go in 3 quarterback groups. The first one to play 1 to 2 series, the second to finish out the first half, and the third to play the entire second half. So if Rodgers is on the field, it would only be very briefly. Okay, we'll keep our eye on that. You know, Phil, you look at Aaron Rodgers, they basically brought him in here to get the Steelers back to the postseason. I mean, something they haven't done since, 2016, the divisional round here. What do you think realistic expectations for this Steelers squad?
Yeah, they want to win playoff games, which they haven't done now for a decade. And I just think this is one of the few franchises in the NFL that should not be measuring itself by making the postseason. The measuring stick for the Pittsburgh Steelers are Lombardi trophies. And my worry for this team going into this season is that because they're the Steelers, they always find a way. They might make it to the playoffs. I don't think this team stacks up against the powerhouses of the AFC, you know, teams that project to be amongst the very best. The Broncos, the Patriots, the Bills, maybe the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Chargers. Some of those teams in January have a better formula to win than the Pittsburgh Steelers do. And to me, I feel like this franchise has been stuck in almost neutral for a few years now of being good enough to make it to the playoffs, but not being good enough to win meaningfully when it counts most. And I just don't believe that's the standard that the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise should be measuring itself against.
We'll see what happens. And, of course, we'll keep our eye to see if Aaron Rodgers plays any snaps today in the preseason. We do know, Brooke, that Jordan Love will be playing for Green Bay. I guess the question is, how much will he play tonight?
Yeah, BC, a lot less mystery there because Matt LaFleur said earlier this week that Jordan Love would play unless he changes his mind, and the expectation is that it would be 1 to 2 series that we'd see him out here. And it is notable that he is planning to start this preseason opener because a year ago is when he tore the ligament in his non-throwing thumb. In that first preseason game, he had surgery, missed 6 days, and then came back. But that experience, Love said, kind of taught him that you can't play in the preseason like you play in the regular season. I think there's going to be a lot more quick passes. You're not going to scramble quite as much. You're not going to see those long developing downfield throws because you want to keep Jordan Love as healthy as possible. But yes, we will see Love on the field tonight, even as his counterpart remains a little bit under wraps.
Okay, we'll keep our eyes on that. Let's talk about Jordan Love from a fantasy perspective here, Field, because you've got him ranked as the 16th best fantasy QB, higher really than a number of your peers here at ESPN. Tell me why.
Optimistic about this offense, very optimistic about the player in general. From a real-life perspective, I think Jordan Love is well better than the 16th quarterback in real life. But for fantasy purposes, he was a top 8 quarterback in more than 25% of his starts last season. Jordan Love, who's not this super dynamic runner, can be a dynamic enough passer with plenty of weapons to throw the football to pile up these multiple touchdown games, which he can challenge for 300 passing yards as well. I'm optimistic that Green Bay makes a leap this upcoming season on offense. The offensive line's got to pull it all together, and there's a bit of uncertainty surrounding whether Josh Jacobs might be punished to begin the regular season. But Jordan Love's a stud. You compared him to Aaron Rodgers in those first 3 seasons. Yeah. That's a pretty darn good comparison. Aaron Rodgers, of course, has gone on to become a multiple-time NFL MVP.
And the whole thing is health, especially with Jordan and Aaron Rodgers as well. Pryor, thank you very much. Phil Yates, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, big anticipation for football tonight in the desert. Fernando Mendoza making his Raiders debut. The #1 overall pick won't be starting, but Coach Clint Kubiak says he will get plenty of reps, some of them with the first team. And this is going to be a different kind of year for Mendoza. Going from the Heisman Trophy, undefeated season, national championship, to being a backup on a team that won just 3 games last year. Let's say hello to our sports betting analyst, Pam Maldonado. So we'll get a taste here of the Mendoza experience tonight. When you look ahead to his rookie year, what bet do you like most for the Raiders rookie?
The Raiders fans are going to want to close their ears for this one because I'm looking at Fernando Mendoza under passing yards. Now, it looks like a short total, but you have to ask yourself, how much playing time is he actually going to get? If he starts a few weeks into the season, you're asking at least 250 passing yards per game with a receiver group that's expected to be one of the weakest units on this team, behind an offensive line that's projected to be bottom 8 entering the season. If Kirk Cousins is even functional, well, then there's no pressure to rush Mendoza into a starting position. So because of that, you have to look at the under because the market is asking, is he going to get enough playing time? And I'm betting that he doesn't.
By the way, Mendoza enters with the second shortest odds to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, according to DraftKings Sportsbook at plus 550. The only Raiders player to win that award, how about Marcus Allen? 1982, it's been that long. So there are 6 preseason games, of course, on the docket tonight. Cardinals, Raiders, one of them. What's the action you're looking among tonight's?
I love total, so I'm looking at under 36.5 between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers. And I'm looking at that because the offenses for both teams, they're having a rough start to training camp. Houston already said that they're going to be sitting players. The Chargers are going to be rotating bodies through an injured offensive line, learning a Mike McDaniel system. So because of all of that, plus you have 2 quarterbacks in Graham Mertz, plus DJ Uiagalelei, who is going to be playing against a Houston defense, all of that points to a lot of punts, not a lot of scoring. I'll take the under.
Unbelievable. All this kind of action, and it's just the preseason.
And it's just the preseason.
By the way, Pam's going to join us a little bit later in the show, talk some college football. Pam, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, coming up, this offseason has been a wild ride for Texas Tech after Brendan Sorsby's highly public departure. What are the expectations for the reigning Big 12 champs? Reese Davis talked about all of it with the Red Raiders head coach. That's next.
Striker is on the move. He cuts inside. He dribbles past one defender. He's heading towards the box. He shoots. Goal!
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. When we're out together dancing, cheek.
What's your name?
I'm Max.
Derek.
Imagine if Tide disappeared.
Wait, what?
Not like that. Like Tide Evo. Imagine if the heavy laundry lift disappeared. Imagine if that pile of stuff to clean.
Disappeared?
Yes. And an evolved clean appeared. Introducing the revolutionary new Tide Evo. So clean, it disappears.
The fan-favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun.
Nice buns, mate.
The Wendy's pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Pub kinda included. Wait, there's a peanut inside me? Nice. M&M's. It's more fun together.
In the wild, everything is always in front of you. Sauvage, the new extrait, Dior.
At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
The DQ Blizzard Double Flip Deal is here. Buy one Blizzard treat and get a second for just 99 cents.
99 cents? That's bananas.
The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Limited time. Get it in the DQ app.
Oh, Brawny now has 3 plies.
That's lit.
Baby, you're 40.
Only Brawny has 3 plies, and it's stronger than Bounty. Some of the strongest.
And Doug.
I'm glad we could all play today.
They say tennis is great for remembering you can customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
Do they, Doug?
Well, I say it. Limu, ball me. Limu, ball me again? Again? My bad!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Kiddo, get yourself some more of that protein. Make it big and strong.
Dad! Protein works! Protein!
I'm gonna need more tenders.
Lights on.
I didn't understand you.
Lights on. Morning.
Hello.
I'm so tired of being alone. Black coffee, no sugar.
Enjoy coffee.
Instead of building new ways for machines to talk to people, Chase is building new places for people to talk to people.
Hi, welcome in.
Hi.
With tech that's actually helpful and 5,000 branches in 48 states. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Oh, hey, Cole's mom. Remember, no direct eye contact.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms can keep coming back. Break away to what's possible with Tremfya. Tremfya can help with remission at 12 weeks and help patients achieve lasting remission. Some had visible healing of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
We don't have trained for this! This is not just another Saturday. It's our football tonight. Or each other and with each other cannot be defeated. They don't know! They're about to find out! We're built for this, man! I want to hear no more talking. It's time!
Oh, last season, there was nothing but love in Lubbock. You know, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, they had a billionaire booster help fund their football roster that won the Big 12, school record 12 games, and produced a college football playoff appearance. But then Tech lost a program record 9 players to the NFL draft and got no love for supporting Brendan Sorsby through his gambling controversy. Now head coach Joey McGuire, well, he's embracing the villain role and proclaimed, quote, "We're the most hated team in college football." It has been a wild ride for Texas Tech, and Reese Davis made an official visit to Lubbock to find out why.
So you're a car guy?
One of my dreams has been to own a Corvette. Whenever Debbie and I were dating, I told her, I said, I want to own a Corvette before I turn 50. And this is number 2.
So tell me the story of when she got you your first Corvette.
She kind of played a little trick. She acted like the garage door wouldn't open. So I opened the garage door and there was this Corvette sitting in there. One of the biggest surprises of my life.
When do we break this baby out?
We break it out on Sunday.
Today's Sunday.
Yes.
When you got your first Corvette,
Is that the first time you'd ever driven a Corvette?
It is the first time I had ever driven one. I did. I did get pulled over one time here in Lubbock. So I was going a little bit too fast on the highway, and I thought he was going to write me a ticket. But he goes, "Hey, coach, please just slow it down." And I said, "Yes, sir. I apologize."
The Brendan Sorsby era at Texas Tech is over after a flurry of legal activity that ultimately led to a mutual parting of ways between the embattled Sorsby and his final collegiate home.
Is there anything from this offseason that you would have handled differently?
I hate that Sorsby is having to sit out this year. And if I could have seen that coming, I definitely would have said, hey, look, let's take a different approach. You're going to be able to go in the supplemental draft. I think the reason they canceled it is because of all the, issue and all the outside noise.
You had one plan for a quarterback. Now you've got Will Hammond coming off injury, and you've got this entire situation where it looked as if Sorsby would be your quarterback, and now it's not. How have you handled that?
We're fortunate. Will and Sorsby, Brendan, are more alike than Will and Barry were. We've been fortunate with that there's not a lot of change whenever Will steps in.
This will sting for a little bit of time, but boy, Joey McGuire's had a fine year with this team.
I know the game didn't wind up the way you wanted it to, but how did making the playoff impact the development of your program?
It established the program as that you can do everything from Lubbock that you want to do as a player, but we're really hungry because that's the last memory we have of football. Like, we're still pissed off from that game. And so that's helped us drive this offseason.
What speed do you think you'd hit before you go, okay, I need to back it off?
I got up to 129, and I felt good because I will tell you, it seems like the faster I go, the better this car drives.
Is that the same with your coaching? The harder you coach, the faster you go, the better the teams respond?
I really believe that there's a lot of times that teams take on their coach's personality.
We know who we are, so be first to the fight. Put your foot in the tire and go to work.
I want our guys to play fearless. It's okay. You're going to make a mistake. Just make it, giving great effort. I think going fast shows great effort.
I hope it is as fast and smooth as Rival just had all season, my friend.
What you need to do is you need to get one of these. You can take it to a game day.
That's right.
Drive up in style.
Oh, man, let me pull it up.
All right, our college football analyst, Tom Luganville, rejoins me to look ahead to the Red Raiders' upcoming season. And, Luke, Will Hammond takes over as Texas Tech starting QB after Brendan Sorsby's high-profile exit from college football. Hammond's still largely unknown nationally, but look, he was a four-star recruit out of Austin coming back from that ACL. What's your assessment of him as QB1 there in Lubbock?
Well, listen, I think if you go back to last year and you look at the Utah game on the road, where he was thrust into duty in a very difficult environment against a quarterback on the other sideline in Devin Dampier who brought a wealth of experience, and you look at his poise and how he performed and how he handled the moment, he was unfazed. And I remember coming off of that game, and I texted Joey McGuire. I said, hey, man, your guy's got ice water in his veins. And they really like his makeup. I think they know the competitive temperament. They know what he brings to the offense. He knows the offense inside and out. The thing that you're going to lose is you're going to lose that athletic element that you would have had with Brendan Sorsby that would have changed the dynamic of the offense. But I think there's confidence in Will Hammond. Sample size is small to this point, but they know exactly what they're getting because they've recruited him, they've groomed him, and they've developed him.
The interesting thing, in that win over Utah, Hammond became the first Texas Tech QB off the bench to throw 2 passing touchdowns on the road since 2021. By the way, the Red Raiders, man, they lost a lot of notable players in the draft. Their star, David Bailey, he joined the Jets in the first round. Jacob Rodriguez, defensive tackle Lee Hunter in that second round. Texas Tech may have lost a lot in the draft. They certainly got the resources, though, to replenish the roster as one of the biggest spenders in the NIL era. Give me some of the high-priced talent people that they've got now in the fold that we need to pay attention to this year.
Well, I think on offense, it starts with wide receiver Malcolm Simmons coming over from Auburn and then Kenny Johnson coming over from Pittsburgh for some weapons on the outside. And they also return quite a few guys who played a significant amount of football for me a year ago. But on the defensive side, I think you have to look at them up front. They've got to create some edge pass rush. Trey White comes over from San Diego State. I think he's a huge addition, very disruptive guy off the edge. And then at linebacker, they go and they steal Austin Romaine from Kansas State as an inside linebacker. It's hard to replace everything that Jake Rodriguez brought to the defense, but they've gone out and they've gotten personnel that is experienced and it's old. And I think that's one thing that gets glossed over now is if you look at their two deep, it's littered with redshirt seniors, redshirt juniors, graduate transfers, guys that have played a ton of football. So I think they invested, maybe not so much in big, huge names, but in experience and guys who have done it for quite a while at a high level at the collegiate level.
And that's kind of the production they got from guys like Trey White, who was an all Mountain West honors and back-to-back seasons there at San Diego State. Yep. Okay, so Red Raiders, reigning Big 12 champs. If you had to pick a sleeper to win the conference, who would that be, Lugs?
I'm looking at Houston. Now, it's going to be very interesting because that September 18th date on the road in Lubbock isn't going to be the end of the season for either team if they lose. But when you look at the rest of the schedule and you look at Willie Fritz in his tenure as a head coach and all of the stops that he has been at, this is around the time the program starts to take that next step. We saw it at Tulane, find themselves in the Cotton Bowl. Right? This is a coaching staff and a football team that has been in the making for the last 2 years. They've got an experienced quarterback in Connor Wigman, a 5-star quarterback and dynamic athlete in Keyshawn Henderson coming over to provide some support. I can't imagine that they won't have packages for him. And I go to the point that I made about Texas Tech. This is an old football team, an experienced football team, and they get the running back and Mekhi Hughes back under Willie Fritz, who recruited him as an over 1,000-yard rusher while he was at Tulane. So there's familiarity there. I think Houston has the schedule and the personnel to push in the conference.
By the way, Houston, 5th best odds to win the Big 12. That's according to DraftKings Sportsbook at plus 1,700. Tom Luginbill with the latest. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay, tomorrow on SportsCenter, Reese heads to South Bend to check out the newest shiny structure for the Irish alongside quarterback C.J. Carr, who, by the way, odds-on favorite now to win the Heisman. All right, coming up, which one of these earned the top spot on SportsCenter's top plays? Find out next.
Nature's Bounty.
Nearly 70% of your immune system lives in your gut.
Nature's Bounty supplements your gut and immune health with 20 billion live probiotic cultures. Nature's Bounty, it's in your nature.
Daniel's having a tea party with his high school gym teacher and childhood stuffed animal while drifting through the sky. This is wonderful news. It means he's finally sleeping deeply enough to dream, thanks to his Inspire implant. And Lori's sleeping better, too. If CPAP doesn't work for you, check out Inspire Therapy, a proven sleep apnea treatment. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Learn more and view safety info at inspiresleep.com.
At Popeyes, we gave shrimp a bold Louisiana twist. Try 8 crunchy butterfly shrimp served classic or dusted in bold Popeyes seasonings. Now available on faves for only $5.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
250 reasons to choose T-Mobile. Here's a good one, America's fastest 5G network. To demonstrate speed, here's someone going fast on a bike. Yeehaw. And the fastest 5G home internet. Just look at this woman streaming instead of sleeping. I'll even give you another reason. T-Mobile 5G home internet is delivered same day, powered by DoorDash. They just drop that sucker right off. America's fastest 5G network is just one of the reasons to choose T-Mobile. Find yours.
I can. You can't spell American without it. During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, say I can in the original can-do vehicle. I can go where freedom takes me. I can bring the whole crew and everything that comes with them. And in America's most patriotic brand, I can take it all in. You can do anything in the new Jeep brand lineup during the Jeep Make This the Summer event.
During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, purchase and get 0% financing or get $3,000 total bonus cash allowance. Plus no monthly payments for 90 days on those 2026 Jeep Wrangler 4-door models.
At Ace, however you grill, we've got the perfect one for you.
Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone. That sounds pretty perfect.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The DQ Blizzard Double Flip Deal is here. Buy one Blizzard treat and get a second for just 99 cents.
99 cents? That's bananas.
1, 2, 3, we got a DQ flavor, Savannah Bun. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Limited time. Get it in the DQ app.
When you love your dog like crazy, you make sure their food is delicious, just like yours. Caesar, love like crazy.
You know what's crazy?
That we paid a kid's price for kids that eat more than us.
Crazy, right?
Crazy.
I'm a delivery robot. And this burrito, it ain't gonna deliver itself. Incoming. Whoa. I'm noodle looking both ways. Hey, I'm working here, all right?
Go on, little guy.
Uh-oh. Andiamo! And if you don't have the right auto coverage, you'll be paying for this yourself. Switch to Allstate, and you can save $900. Hey, Jules, you still dating that slot machine?
How many subscriptions are you actually paying for? Rocket Money finds forgotten subscriptions and lets you cancel them right from the app in just a few taps. Here's how it works. Open the app, go to the recurring tab. Here, you can see all your recurring subscriptions. Tap on the subscription you want to cancel, then tap Cancel Now, and you're done. Subscription cancel right from the app. No confusing websites, no long hold times, no more auto renewals. Download Rocket Money today.
Oh, look. Great blue heron.
Oh, your favorite.
You know, when I go, I'd like to leave some money to the local bird conservancy.
That's a beautiful legacy to leave. Oh.
Doesn't count. Generous, but final wishes need to be more finalized. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy to create a legally valid, state-specific document that actually counts. Ooh, what's that?
That's a duck.
Start your will at trustandwill.com now and make it count.
Trust and Will. Sports Center, brought to you by Camp Rock 3. Available on Disney Channel today and Disney Plus next day.
Brian Custer back here with you on Sports Center. New season in Buffalo, same old mission. Get Josh Allen and company to the Super Bowl. New head coach Joe Brady says he's planning on playing Allen and everyone who's healthy in the Bills' new stadium on Saturday against the Panthers. Allen's in his 9th season. Talked today about pushing the ball downfield this year, and it's new on Sports Center.
Figuring out what we can and can't do, understanding what guys are good at, and I think we're not going to go into the season emphasizing we need to push the ball downfield. We're going to push the ball if it's there. But definitely putting ourselves in positions where we can take those opportunities when they're there. So that's just kind of been a product of what we're calling, what the defense has given us, and feeling good about the deep ball right now, and just got to keep trusting it.
Hey, the Bills offense, you always get a heavy load of running the football. 3rd highest designated rush rate last season behind the Seahawks and the Ravens. It was the franchise's highest design rush rate in a season since 2013. How about that? That was when our E.J. Manuel was quarterback there for the Bills in his rookie season. And it is time for football. The wait is over. NFL preseason back in action. Week 1 games starting tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. You can tune in and watch the NFL preseason games on the NFL Network and now also streaming on the ESPN app. All right, let's do some top plays. We got 5 of them. Let's start with Major League Baseball. We got Phillies, Cardinals. Watch this fly ball to right and keep your eyes on Jordan Walker diving and making the catch. Ooh, the brothers' abs are tight. Full extension, and the Cardinals get their win at 7-1. Number 4, WNBA Tempo Wings, Kiki Rice. Kiki, do you love me? Oh, look, the Euro step and the flip. Kiki showing off. You showing off, Kiki. Tempo would lose, though, 94-88. Number 3, Brewers, Padres. Jackson Merrill drives this one to right. Watch Luis Lara hop and make the catch over his head. Oh, that is sweet. Brewers lose 4-3, though, in 11 innings. African Cup of Nations number 2, Algeria, Malawi, and Tabitha Chawanga with the bicycle kick. Look at that. I mean, hits the top of the post and goes right in. Malawi wins 3-1. And the best of the best, Little League, Northwest Region, Oregon, Washington. This one's down the line. Evan Yarbrough, he's trying to score from first. So we got a play at the plate that throws on time. And Yarbrough, look, he jumps over the tag. Look at the hops by Ev. And scores. Washington wins 8-2. Yeah, give that man the try then. He deserves it. Speaking of Little League, the road to Williamsport continues today here on ESPN. Little League coverage of the Mountain, New England, Northwest Regionals comes your way at 5, 7, 9 Eastern. You can also catch it all on the ESPN app. Look, this is just in. This is some terrible news for my Reds here on SportsCenter. Hunter Green underwent his second Tommy John surgery of his career yesterday. He is out 12 to 18 months. He only made 5 starts this season, had a procedure to remove some bone chips from his elbow. Remember, Green was an all-star from 2024. Now he's going to miss all of next season. Him and Chase Burns, the Reds would have been great. I need a hug. By the way, NBA Today is next.
So many games to get through, but luckily we've got you covered. 1,200 games are on the slate this season, and we've gone through and pulled out the best of the best.
We have the world's best on the world stage. It's showtime.
There's no stage like this stage.
Come on, baby.
I've been at this thing for so long. I swear I feel I'm like a honey nut.
To win, you got to be able to sacrifice. This is what I'm here to do. This is what I want to do. I want to win.
Sixers win it!
You know, we're blessed. We have a lot of talent in this league right now.
Swanning into the stands.
Behind the back, oh, what a beautiful find.
That is all world.
A new era has dawned. It's Wemby's West.
Siakam pulls back.
Steps back.
Mano a mano, the best of the best, and everybody's watching.
Welcome to NBA Today.
Happy NBA schedule release day. Over the next hour, we will be revealing all the must-see matchups, key dates for stars who have joined new teams, and everything you need to know heading into the 2026-2027 season. You'll be able to catch these 5 teams the most on national TV. The reigning champion New York Knicks have 34 nationally televised games. Joining them with 34 are Luka's Lakers, LeBron's 76ers, Wemby's Spurs, and coming in with 30 are SGA's Thunder. All 30 teams have at least 2 national TV games this season. The Knicks, Lakers, Sixers, and Spurs will all play 13 games on the ESPN family of networks. And it's not a shocker, these 4 teams have the shortest odds to win the title. The Spurs and Thunder are the favorites to win it all, followed by the reigning champion Knicks and LeBron with the new-look Sixers. We start with the Thunder coming off back-to-back 60-plus win seasons. OKC has the easiest strength of schedule in the league next season. The last team to win 60 games in 3 straight seasons, the Warriors from 2014 to 2017. These Thunder could be next. As for the team who knocked off the Thunder, the Spurs have 94 days of rest slated for next season. That is tied for the most among any team's schedule. Of course, that could help in keeping Wemby fresh. The reigning champion Knicks beat the Spurs to end that 53-year title drought and are rewarded with a really good slate. New York is tied for the fewest road games on the second night of back-to-backs. They only have 5. That is massive. And the team in the East many see as the Knicks' biggest competition this season, of course, Philly. The Sixers added LeBron James and Jaylen Brown and have the fewest amount of stretches with 3 games in 4 nights, something that could help a soon-to-be 42-year-old King James and Joel Embiid. All right, now welcoming our excellent panel. We've got Ramona Shelburne, we've got Tim McMahon. Of course, I'm Vanessa Richardson filling in today for Malika Andrews. I know a lot of folks are at home right now looking at their respective team schedule, digesting it all. But when you take inventory, as we've all now seen it, what stands out, Ramona?
I mean, I always look at where the defending champs are when they get their rings.
And if I'm New York, I'm a little annoyed.
Yeah.
Because I'm at Madison Square Garden getting my rings, and the story is going to be LeBron James and the Sixers. Like, can they just have their night? Can they get their rings?
Just give us one. Just give us one night.
Everyone's going to be talking about pregame. No one's going to say, how's it feeling to get your rings, Jalen and Carl and OG? No, they're going to be like, what do you think of LeBron and Philly? Come on, can they have one night?
Well, let me just tell you something. The league is still driven by LeBron James, and this schedule makes that clear. Like you said, from opening night through the rest of the season with the national TV appearances, and you mentioned fewest 3 games in 4-night stretches, tied for the fewest back-to-backs, no stretches of 5 games in 7 nights, only a handful of teams to have that. The league office sure did not hold it against LeBron for making them wait to put this schedule together. This is favorable because they want a healthy LeBron because, let's be honest, LeBron James is good for business, has been good for business for 24 years now, and, maybe 2 or 3 more.
He's back in the Eastern Conference, too, which means he can play in that early time slot.
Great point.
Oh, that's the big one. And I also thought LeBron on Christmas in L.A.
Yeah.
So he gets to be home with his kids.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness.
That's a nice present.
The back-to-back thing, though, the lack of back-to-backs is massive. That is exhausting for guys. All right, we're going to welcome in our NBA champion, our good friend Kendrick Perkins, somebody who, of course, played enough back-to-backs in his day. Kendrick Perkins, what stands out about the schedule?
You know what? I'm going to say Spurs Thunder. The way that the Spurs handled the Thunder, beating them in the Western Conference Finals, Game 7, the biggest rivalry in basketball, the biggest individual rivalry in basketball, Wemby and Chet. Well, it seems like it's one-sided with one guy that brought a gun to the gunfight and the other one that brought a spoon. And Chet Holmgren got to bounce back from the way that he was embarrassed, no matter if he want to embrace it or not. But long as Chet Holmgren is on this squad, it is a rivalry in Victor Wembanyama's eyes. And so this is a game that I'm going to be looking forward to. I'm going to see what Chet has done this offseason. Has he put on weight? Has he hit the weight room? Has his mindset changed? Has his confidence changed? And the tenacity, the force, is he going to go back at them? And same along with SGA, because he struggled a little bit in that. Are you going to be able to get Stephon Castle and the rest of them dogs off of you so you could be able to get back to being the Shea that we know and love, the 2-time MVP?
Great point. All right, now let's get to some new faces and some new places and when they will make their return to their former teams. Starting with the King. After 8 seasons in the purple and gold, LeBron will be back in L.A. You heard us mention it on Christmas Day, this time with Philly. It'll be his 21st Christmas Day game and could be a matchup with his son, Bronny. His teammate Jaylen Brown was traded this summer to Philly after 10 seasons in Boston, of course, the 2024 Finals MVP. Yes, he will make his way back to Boston. That could be an interesting return on January 21st to face Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics. Remember, JB hasn't really talked to JT since the trade, he said in that press conference. Sticking in the East, 2-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo will return to where it all started in Milwaukee on January 28th. The 10-time All-Star 2021 Finals MVP spent 13 years as a Milwaukee Buck. It is kind of late before being traded this summer to Miami in dramatic fashion. And then, of course, let's head out west, where 2-time All-Star John Morant was traded to the Portland Trail Blazers after 7 up-and-down seasons in Memphis. He makes his return on February 6th, and he only played, keep in mind, in 20 games last season. He is, though, expected to be fully healthy coming into the season. Last but not least, one of the most shocking trades of the offseason was the trade that sent LaMelo Ball to Minnesota after 6 seasons in Charlotte. Ball will be back in Buzz City on February 15th after coming off a season where he led the Hornets back to the postseason for the first time since 2016. Obviously, we are awaiting a decision on Kawhi Leonard's trade to the Toronto Raptors. But, Perk, when you look at this, which return are you looking forward to the most this season? A lot of really big guys, a lot of superstars in new places.
Well, I know y'all all familiar with the classic movie by Martin Lawrence. It's a thin line between love and hate. That's the first thing that comes to mind when I think about Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics, because we know he loved the community, But you can't sit up here and tell me that it's not hate when it comes to this organization and the way things ended. And thinking about him going back to Boston, facing Jason Tatum, him and Jason Tatum not communicating, him and Jason Tatum somewhat the same size, playing the same position, I'm here to tell you, Jaylen Brown ain't ducking no smoke. And 9 times out of 10, he's going to be guarding Jason Tatum. Do y'all remember when when Kevin Durant went back to OKC?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the noise talking between Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant? That's what I'm expecting on the floor between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Those two guys are going to want to tear each other's heads off, and rightfully so.
Look, they've all been very respectful of each other. I think Jason Tatum put out a nice Instagram post, and Jaylen Brown was very respectful. Professional, yep. Okay? But, my mom once told me the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. Okay? And I think that's kind of what we've been seeing between these two. Everybody's being nice. Everybody's being nice right now. On the court, I think you're right, Perk. That's not going to be nice.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be the blatant animosity that you saw from Russ. Because, look, Jason Tatum put out some fluffy Instagram post. He didn't post cupcakes, right? Okay, pretty big difference there. Now, I'm curious, though, how much passive aggressiveness there is. What's the pregame handshake going to look like? Is there going to be any sort of interaction between them? And I do fully expect Jaylen Brown to come out there trying to rip the Celtics' heads off. I expect him to go out there trying to show up his former team, the franchise that dumped him, despite the fact that he helped deliver another banner to the rafters in Boston.
Perk, how much will Jaylen Brown go for? He's going to go for a season high, go for a career high?
I think it's just going to be the win, and I think it's going to be the other side of the floor that he's going to take personal, like defending Jason Tatum. Here's another thing Jaylen Brown has on his side. We all know how LeBron James feels about the city of Boston and the Boston Celtics. So imagine both of those guys walking in. Imagine having LeBron James, who's going to have Jaylen Brown back. So, everyone in the world is going to be waiting for that, and everyone in the world is going to be waiting for Jason Tatum to rise to the occasion to let the city know that, hey, they chose the right guy. They made the right decision, and I'm also here for all the smoke.
Great point. All right, we got a lot more schedule release still to come here on NBA Today, including the association's top rivalries. But what is the best and the hottest rivalry in the NBA? We discuss all of that next. Plus, after yesterday's shocking news of the Lakers' second sale in less than a year, what does it mean for NBA expansion? Ramona has the latest. And A.J. DeBonta leads a really impressive rookie class. They were so fun at Summer League. Find out when he makes his debut against Aaron Peterson, Cooper Flagg, LeBron, and many more. NBA Today rolls on.
NBA Today is brought to you by Camp Rock 3. Available on Disney Channel today and Disney Plus next day.
Kraft mac and cheese is better than soccer. With us, you can use your hands. Case closed. Next topic. Kraft mac and cheese. Best thing ever.
Modelo tastes good. But that post-double shift Modelo, that yard work's done Modelo, or that finally off your feet Modelo. The one you earn is just better. That Modelo is the mark of a fighter.
For the big, small, short, tall. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
All of me. Why not pick all of me? So why not pick all of me?
His sneezes. Bless you.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Man, when did health get so ludicrous? Turns out trying it all doesn't always add up. Oh, Mark. Oh, no. Thankfully, I take one a day to make sure I'm getting key nutrients daily. One a day, the one for you.
250 reasons to choose T-Mobile. Ready for this one? You get iPhone 17 Pro on T-Mobile. Let that sink in. On T-Mobile. Take that amazing new iPhone and be like this guy. Look at that perfect selfie. There's lots more reasons to go. Find yours at T-Mobile.
For 25 years, they've pushed buttons.
Hey, you stop laughing right now.
Pushed limits.
Give me a liter of cola.
And pushed their luck.
You boys like Mexico!
But it's never too late to push things a little farther. Tonight,
Nerd!
comedy makes a comeback.
This guy's actually kind of cute.
Super Troopers 3, rated R, now playing only in theaters.
At Popeyes, we gave shrimp a bold Louisiana twist. Try 8 crunchy butterfly shrimp served classic or dusted in bold Popeye seasonings. Now available on faves for only $5.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
All of these eye doctors on ZocDoc are too smiley.
Gross.
Look at this one. Dr. Banton is great, but he likes to keep conversation to a minimum. Booked.
You've got options.
I hate being happy.
Download the ZocDoc app today.
They're getting paid $5 to beta test Domino's new app. And so is she. And them. Literally all of you can now get paid just for ordering pizza. Get $5 to use on next week's order when you beta test the new app from
Domino's.
The real new year is almost here. Grab their faves, like Lunchables and Kraft Mac and Cheese. Wishing you all a happy school year.
The rest of the